My name is Sharon. I was born and raised in Arkansas and Texas. We moved here in 1992. I met my husband when we were in the 8th grade, so we were 13 years old. Now, we didn't get married right then. He finally asked me to marry him when we graduated from college, so I knew I had the right man. My husband and I have been married for 52 years, and we're hoping that it's going to last. We actually attended a mega church and loved the message, loved what was being said, but we just didn't feel welcome. And I don't think anybody even spoke to us when we went in the door. And so when we came into this church about 10 years ago, we could just feel the Holy Spirit as we walked in and knew this was the place for us. And we were invited to church. So it's so important to invite your friends and your neighbors to come. And one of the dear, sweet friends, Sally Roberts, she invited us to this church. And I just knew this is exactly where we needed to be. Then we were invited to go to a Bible study, and Elizabeth and Bill Mitchell were the leaders. And I was like, oh, it was the greatest ever. And so that's when we kind of became close with people. And that's another thing I want everybody to know is that groups are so important. And we all have a support group for good, bad, and ugly. One of the things I love most in the whole wide world is greeting. I've got several who we just love to hug. And then I know that frightens a lot of people. Every Sunday, it's like somebody comes up and they're just like, oh, thank you, I need that hug, or feeling welcome. But I feel like that is truly my calling. I think that was something I noticed right off the bat. I think it's important to let people know that you're welcome here. The serve group that I work with are incredible. They're dependable, but mostly I think they reflect the love of Jesus. And that's what we try to portray when somebody comes through the door. I want to thank them. They're using their gifts, and I appreciate them. Pastor said it takes 150 volunteers on Sundays. And maybe there's a need that you see. There's a need. And how can I help? If you can think or you can see that there's a need, there's always going to be some way for you to help, because isn't that what we're supposed to do? Jesus came to serve and not to be served.